In the golden heart of Rajasthan, where the dunes whisper stories older than memory itself, lies a place shrouded in silence. A place that once pulsed with life, laughter, and light. Today, only the wind moves through its narrow lanes, carrying echoes of the past. This is Kuldhara, the haunted village of Rajasthan, where an entire community disappeared one fateful night and left behind a mystery that time has never been able to solve. Long ago, Kuldhara was a jewel of the Thar Desert, a prosperous village founded by the Paliwal Brahmins. They were known across the desert for their intelligence, fairness, and unity. Their homes were strong and beautiful, built of golden sandstone that glowed beneath the setting sun. They crafted intricate temples and deep wells that defied the desert's thirst. Here, families lived peacefully, generations growing under the blessings of the gods. The air once rang with the laughter of children, the rhythmic chants from temples, and the hum of everyday life. But even the most peaceful places can attract the darkest of eyes. In the early 19th century, Salim Singh, the ruthless Dewan of Jaisalmer, ruled the region. Known for his greed, arrogance, and cruel taxes, he cared for nothing but power and pleasure. One day, as fate would have it, his gaze fell upon the daughter of Kuldhara's chief, a woman whose beauty was said to be like moonlight on water. Her grace and kindness were known throughout the land. Salim Singh's desire turned to obsession. He sent his guards with an ultimatum. Prepare the girl for marriage. She will be mine whether you consent or not. The people of Kuldhara were struck with fear. They knew the Dewan's cruelty. His word was law. Refusing him meant destruction, but surrendering meant dishonor. That night, as the desert winds whispered through the trees, the elders gathered in the main square. Men, women, and children stood under the moonlight, their faces lit by flickering lamps. The silence was heavy, a silence filled with grief, fear, and a question that had no answer. What were they to do? Should they abandon their faith and their daughter to survive, or abandon everything they built to protect their dignity? Finally, their leader rose. His voice trembled, yet it carried the strength of centuries. We will not bow to tyranny. We will not give our daughters to cruelty. We will leave Kuldhara tonight. And so, as the moon rose high, a decision was made that would echo through time. Families packed their few belongings: food, water, memories. Mothers wrapped their children in cloth. The young men loaded carts in silence. The elders looked at the village one last time, their homes, their temples, their wells, knowing they would never see them again. Before dawn, more than 1,500 people vanished into the endless desert, leaving behind a village full of life, now empty. They left behind burning lamps, half-eaten meals, and the soft footprints of an entire community walking into the night. Before leaving, the villagers gathered at the temple. They lit their final flame, prayed to their gods, and placed a curse upon Kuldhara, that no one would ever be able to live there again. And since that night, no one has. When the sun rose the next morning, the soldiers of Salim Singh arrived, but the village stood silent. Not a single soul remained. Only empty houses stared back at them. The Dewan ordered new settlers to move in, but every attempt failed. Those who tried claimed to hear voices in the night, footsteps behind them, doors slamming without wind. Some even said they saw ghostly figures watching from the shadows. Over time, the fear spread. Kuldhara became known as the cursed village, abandoned, forbidden, and haunted by the souls of the Paliwal Brahmins who once called it home. Even today, the Archaeological Survey of India has placed a warning board at the entrance of Kuldhara. Entering the borders of Kuldhara before sunrise and after sunset is strictly prohibited. Some say it's just a rule for safety, but locals will tell you, after dusk, strange things happen. People have heard voices whispering their names, felt sudden chills in the dry heat, or seen lamps flickering in houses long empty. No one dares to stay the night, not even the bravest. The ruins of Kuldhara still stand, their walls cracked but proud, like guardians of a painful truth. The temple remains at the heart of the village, its stones cold and untouched, as if waiting for those who left to one day return. When you walk through those narrow lanes, you can almost feel their presence. The mother calling her child home, the priest lighting the evening lamp, the laughter that once filled the air. But then the wind shifts, and the illusion fades. All that remains is silence. Kuldhara isn't just a ghost story. It's a story of courage, of sacrifice, of a people who chose honor over fear. They left behind everything, their homes, their food, their history, but they kept their pride. And maybe, in doing so, they achieved something greater than life itself: immortality and legend. Today, travelers come from across the world to witness this haunting beauty. Some come seeking truth, others come chasing ghosts. But everyone who leaves Kuldhara carries with them the same heavy question: where did they go? How could an entire village vanish into the night, never to be seen again? No one has found the answer, and maybe that's how it's meant to be. Because Kuldhara's silence speaks louder than any words. In every fallen stone and every whispering wind, you can still hear their story of love, defiance, and the price of freedom. Kuldhara is not just an abandoned village. It is a living memory, a haunting legend, and a sacred reminder that some mysteries are not meant to be solved. So if you ever find yourself under the vast Rajasthani sky, with the desert stretching endlessly before you, listen closely. The wind that touches your face may be carrying their whispers, calling out across time. Because Kuldhara never truly died. It simply disappeared, leaving behind its soul in the sands of Rajasthan. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real haunted stories, Indian mysteries, and true paranormal legends. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and remember, sometimes the silence hides more than it reveals.